How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Plus titles for the month of November have been revealed, and we got a day one game that I don't think any of us were expecting. Let's just start off with, I guess it would be the big news. Death Note Killer Within, boom, right off the rip, it is going into PlayStation Plus. Now, this game got leaked, I guess, quote-unquote, leaked on the ESRB ratings board. I should have seen this coming. Online social deduction game. Death Note Killer Within is an online social deduction game for up to 10 players. Players will be split into two teams with different objectives. To win the game, players will need to figure out each other's identities and either eliminate L, who threatens Kira's power, or seize the Death Note. Enjoy a battle of wits as Kira and his followers, or as L and the investigators, in the world of Death Note. As equally matched opponent, the two teams clash to control the game while hiding their true identities from each other. The Death Note is hidden among the players, leading to a thrilling game of cat and mouse until one team overpowers the other. Each role has its own characteristics, allowing you to master a deep sense of strategy and tactical play. Depending on your assigned role, a wide range of strategies can be formulated, and each randomized scenario develops into a high-stakes game of tactics. When they announced a Death Note game, if you're familiar with Death Note, it was always going to be difficult to do your typical anime-style game. What were we doing here? And honestly, for a social deduction game, that's probably one of the more interesting routes that Death Note could go in terms of a video game adaptation. I don't have a problem with this. You want to take an IP like this and you want to cultivate it into a video game, you're doing something a little bit interesting, I have no problem with that whatsoever. I was memeing that it was going to be some sort of arena battler or some nonsense like that, but you know what? I'll try this out. Do I think it's going to be great? Do I think it's going to have staying power? I don't know. It's hard to say because it's a game that is going to have an inherent level of interest based on Death Note being still, 20 years later, it's still a very well-known anime. I loved the anime. I thought the opening was great, but oh my goodness, that latter half and the tail end of Death Note was atrocious. If they ended it at episode 26, it would have been chef's kiss, perfect, but yeah, unfortunately, that was not the case. Death Note's still great though, and still a worthwhile anime to watch. It'll be very interesting how this is received, but I like it. I am cautiously... I mean, it's very rare for me to be optimistic, but who cares? It's the PS Plus day one title. Even if it's bad, it's no harm done. I'm interested to see how it turns out, and it's, you're taking an IP like Death Note. It's not an arena battler or an arena fighter. You know what? More power to them for that one. I'll give them credit where credit is due for trying something interesting. The other two titles, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, a race over 130 vehicles, including Hot Wheels Originals, Hot Wheels Monster Trucks, motorbikes, and ATVs, each with their unique race styles across multiple game modes and amazing environments. Upgrade vehicles with a dedicated skill tree that will directly affect their performance. Discover 5 brand new locations, master their secrets, and you'll feel right at home both there and on the podium. Alternatively, create the track of your dreams with the powerful track editor, or use the best creations from the community. So that's there. And then lastly, a great addition, Ghostwire Tokyo, available as a PlayStation Plus Essential title. Cool to see Bethesda games still get, promoted on Plus Essential, Plus Extra, so on and so forth. Maybe this deal was worked out I don't even know. How could this deal be worked out before the acquisition? But, Ghostwire Tokyo was a timed PlayStation 5 exclusive, so, it ending up as a Plus title makes a lot of sense. I really enjoyed Ghostwire Tokyo. I have a full, 18-minute review of this game on my channel. Go check it out if you're interested to hear my full breakdown of it, but I thought it was a well-done game. I thought the atmosphere in the game was great. The visuals are excellent. The gameplay, albeit it could get a little repetitive, I like the utilization of the different elemental abilities and whatnot. If you are gonna play this game, bum rush the summon Tengu ability. It just makes the traversal in the open world of this game so much better. So how it works is essentially you have these Tengus throughout the open world that you can grapple hook to. The summon Tengu ability literally lets you spawn in these Tengus that essentially gives you a grapple hook ability that lets you traverse around the world a lot better. It should have probably been something that just outright it's given to you and you just play the game with the Summon Tengu ability. I just think people would have enjoyed it more, but, just rush that ability and you'll be fine. They did do some content updates with this game. The Spiders update, it also added some of the single player content, and then there's like a horde mode, like a wave-based mode. So, you know, nice of them to do that. Unfortunately, this franchise ain't gonna go anywhere, given that Tango Gameworks was acquired by Krafton. It was gonna be shut down, but then Krafton came in, but they didn't acquire Ghostwire as an IP, nor Evil Within. Ghostwire, I don't think ultimately would have gotten another entry. I just think with how the story is done, and by the way, the story is the weakest element of this game. It starts off incredibly compelling. You have this incredibly mysterious, you know, main villain. You know, the kids these days talk about aura. I feel like the villain in Ghostwire Tokyo had the aura, and then by the end, he just lost all the aura. All the aura was gone with the Ghostwire Tokyo main antagonist, and the conclusion wasn't even satisfying. So it is what it is, but I thought the tandem that is at the helm of the story, they were likable in how they go back and forth. It was pretty well done. I played with the Japanese voice acting and the English subtitles, but if you want to play with the English voice acting, it's fine as well. So those are the 3 games. Very interested to see how Death Note Killer Within turns out. With games like this, it's really random when they pop off, and I actually kind of like the game just dropping out of nowhere. I think if it was announced and they did some sort of marketing push for Death Note Killer Within, people would have just been disappointed that it's an online game, etc., etc. Like Death Note's first major foray into a video game, and it's like some online social production game, but randomly dropping it and as a Plus Essential title, I actually think that makes a ton of sense. But I am curious, is this going to be released on other platforms? I believe it is, and what's it going to be priced at for the longevity of the game? Among Us is a $4.99 game. Is Death Note Killer Within going to be $4.99, $9.99? Can't be anything like $30. That would be crazy, but, you know, interested to see how it's received. And even if it's a total L, like who can, oh, no pun intended there, even if it is a total L, you know, not a big deal. It's a plus day 1 title, and it's just cool to see Death Note get a video game that's not an arena fighter. How were you gonna do an arena fighter Death Note game? I saw some theories being thrown out that it was a visual novel, but ultimately, you know, the idea of a social deduction game, when I think about Death Note as an IP, I'm like, that actually makes a ton of sense. That's what Death Note is. It was all about the mind games between L and Light. The social deduction element makes total sense. Like, social deduction, these styles of games are not my cup of tea, but when you look at in essence what Death Note is, this is perfect for the style of IP that Death Note is and the anime that Death Note was. So that's my 2 cents on that. Also should be noted, October monthly games, last chance to get those. Dead Space Remake, Doki Doki Literature Club, which both of those games, perfect for the time, you know, Halloween, play through those games. I know Doki Doki at a surface level doesn't look like the Halloween thematic game, but oh boy it is. And then WWE 2K24 is available as well, which was fairly well received, and I feel like wrestling games are enjoyable to a lot of people, even if you're not a fan. You know, you can't go wrong with a good old Hell in a Cell match. Like, really, you can't go wrong with that. So, yeah, good time to be had there as well. But Dead Space and Doki Doki Literature Club, solid there as well. That's gonna do it for me. Again, very interested to see how Death Note Killer Within turns out, but even outside of that, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharge, as well as Ghostwire Tokyo. Good pickups there. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. And sound off there. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you're gonna be hopping on Death Note Killer Within. Interested to hear your guys' thoughts on that. But thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.